instant reaction. We're watching UFC 306 No Chase. It's at the spear. Let us see who's gonna get it done. Oh! God damn! All right, here we go. What's going on, boys? Welcome back to the channel, and we got the live instant reaction. Well, it's not live, but you know what I mean. Instant reaction. We're watching UFC 306 No Chase. It's at the spear. So far, it looks pretty cool. You know, there's a lot of storytelling going on during the fights, but I didn't come here to watch the storytelling. I came here to watch the fights. Right now, we got Brian Ortega taking on Diego Lopes. Right now, it's 1-1. Belal versus Mighty in the analyst picks. His pick against my picks. He's going Diego Lopes. I'm going Brian Ortega. I think Brian Ortega is at this point in his life where he's got his shit together. Let us see who's going to get it done. Nice check. Oh! God damn! Like I told Belal, I expected him to get hurt. Oi! 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 No, he always gets hurt. I expected this to happen, but not this fast. Woo-wee! What's going on here is that Brian Ortega is throwing one shot, and once he throws that one shot, he stops right there, and that's where Diego Lopes is throwing a three-piece combination and catching when he's coming in. That's when he hit him with that overhand right and that left hand. Drop out right there. Beautiful right hand and left hook. Whack. Brian keeps, when he throws his jab, he's going to the wrong side. He's going into Diego Lopes' power. That's why the overhand hand is landing each time too. Diego Lopes is just way too faster on the feet. Way faster on the feet than he is. Oi! 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 Dude, he's his face up. Damn. Great fight. That makes Belal Muhammad 2-1. Damn it. Now we have Valentina Shevchenko taking on Alexa Grasso. So we're 2-1 up. Belal's up by 1. Now this tiebreaker. Now if Belal wins this one, I'm gonna go ahead and post on my Instagram. All right, there's a takedown. Okay, now last time she would secure the takedown, but she can her down. Yeah, you got 25 minutes, ref. Calm the down. So first round, we're definitely gonna give Valentina Shevchenko. So Shevchenko could do that to her every single time. Now here's the thing: the reason why people don't really, when people are trying to hold somebody down, it's easier to hold them down when you stay in guard, because once I go to side control or mount or anything like that, they can bridge, but it's kind of hard to bridge when I'm in your guard. All right, it's round 1. We got 4 more rounds of that shit. Alexa walks forward and walks back, walks forward and walks back. She keeps giving, it's like a I go, you go, I go, you go, I go, you go. Instead of just keep pressing forward and forces Valentina to take a bad shot by you put her against the cage, you close a void on her. But she keeps giving, look, she's giving Shevchenko all this void back, all this space back. Then she's going to feint her back, and then she's going to let her come back. It's just too much back and forth. So the other side of her neck, that side right there, you see that side of her neck? That breathing, that blood flow still making it to the head, to the brain. But stupid ass move by Shevchenko. She just stay on the feet and keep moving and don't make these stupid ass shots, and she'll win this fight easily. Easy win. Very technical, very smart, understanding where she could beat Alexa Grasso and keeping it there. Oh, what the God, what the fuck? We're back in the game, boys. 2-2. Now it all comes down to Sean O'Malley versus Merab. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Here we are, the main event. Sean O'Malley taking on Merab. Now, this was Belal's pick. He went with Sugar Sean O'Malley. I went with Merab. I think Sean can win the fight. I think Merab can win the fight. Let's see who gets it done. Ah, shit. Here we go. Yeah, the corner man has done stuff before where he will yell, he will talk to the other opponent. Like one day they were fighting, and he told Aljo, he goes, Aljo, you gotta go, and Aljo went.
Aljo, you gotta go.
Because Aljo thought it was his coach that told him, and it walked him into the knockout. Rob, that wrestling is so good. That motherfucker don't stop. Oh shit! Look at his face. He's just in there f***ing laughing. But see, Merab's got to do this for 25 minutes. 25 minutes. So when round 1 goes to Merab. Now, I think the biggest thing that Sean's having a hard time with is Sean's trying to, it's like the Leon Edwards and Belal thing. Sean needs that time to set up. Him going for a body triangle here is basically keeping Merab here, not allowing Merab to posture up to do anything. He wants to be stand back up. As you see, he's not creating any frames. He's locking him down. Merab's always laughing. Merab, no stop. Merab just keeps on. Oh, I'll never forget it. You say you shouldn't have done the kissing. And see, this is the thing with Sean. Sean needs that one shot. Sean's not the person who's going to go in there and clinch him, force the wrestling, force the jiu-jitsu, because that's where Merab is strong at. And so it puts Sean in this predicament where he has to look and move and try to land that shot and get out of there before Merab gets his hands on him. And this is the interesting thing about it, is that he has to find him. Sean O'Malley has to find him. He's got to find that right shot. Instead of when you start to go after somebody, they'll show, they will reveal themselves in the void for you. And see, this is where I think Sean made the mistake, is he's looking for him instead of just work, jab, move around, move, try to find him, work slowly. But each time he gets close, and I had to ask him why he kept going two to the body. And Merab wins. You know what? The thing that's interesting about Merab, I think he uses the exact same game plan for everybody since his grappling and his grappling so dominant. He doesn't really have to change his game plan. He just got to make sure he watches out for what his opponent does very well. There's all them skits with them girls and dancing and drinking beer in Mexico. 48-47. I'm happy for him. It was a great fight. Boom. All right. What's going on, boys? Welcome back to the channel, and we just got done watching UFC 306 Noches, and Merab is a brand new bantamweight champion of the world, undisputed, a man who used to work construction like myself. Congrats to Merab. We will get to that. Now, Prize Picks, we took some L's. Okay, we're not gonna lie, we took some L's. I thought the main event was gonna end in a finish, either Merab choking out or TKOing Sean O'Malley, or Sean O'Malley finding his sniper shot and landing that knockout. But guys, you know what? It made the event so much more fun because we have some skin in the game, and you guys can get skin in the game as well. All you got to do is go to your app store on your phone, download PrizePicks, and when you do that, make sure you use my promo code MIGHTY. They have a cool promotion going on right now. All you got to do is play $5 and you're going to win $50 no matter what happens in the fights, in the NFL game or the hockey game or the Valor game. You're gonna win 50. You play $5, and make sure you guys get that free square. Caleb William. All you gotta do is go 1 yard and you get that free square, and all you gotta do is match it with another one to get that W on Prize Pick. And make sure you guys make the right pick at the right place, which is Prize Picks. Now, Ortega taking on Diego Lopes. Now, this fight was very interesting because I knew Brian Ortega was going to get hurt. Looking at Alex Volkanovski, looking at Yair Rodriguez. And now, with Diego Lopes, he does get hurt. He gets dropped in the very opening seconds of the fight. He survives. You see Diego Lopes, you know, try to finish him on top, but he doesn't get the finish. But you saw Diego Lopes, if you go back and watch the fight, Diego Lopes kept grabbing his throat. He kept like grabbing his throat. He'll move, grab his throat, and grab his throat. I'd be kind of curious, did he injure his esophagus or something like that? I'm not sure. But obviously he was out there for Alexa Grasso's fight, helping corner. But I think the biggest thing, when you look at the Brian Ortega fight versus Diego Lopes, Brian Ortega would throw his shots and appreciate his work. What do I mean by that? You throw a jab, you go pop, and you look, and you're trying to see the reaction of your opponent and see what your jab do. Did your jab do anything? And Brian Ortega would jab, and he would circle right into Diego Lopes's power. So he would circle to the left instead of jabbing and going to the right. Now, there's a couple times that when Brian Ortega would go in and exchange, he will veer off to the right, away from Diego Lopes's power side. So that was the interesting thing. I don't know why Brian Ortega was throwing a jab and going to the left. Now, Brian Ortega was starting to see a little bit of success with the jab, but Diego Lopes was just faster on the feet, more athletic, and he did a good job of kicking that fucking calf. Now, the calf kick is something new in the 20th century that people aim for that spot on your leg where even if you check it, it still hurts. And typically when you check, they're aiming for your thigh, you raise your leg up, you check it, it's not as bad. But people are using these calf kicks to aim for this part of, this part of your leg, and there's no meat there, there's no nothing. I mean, there's meat there, but it doesn't take much to land those. But you saw Brian Ortega's legs swell up, and Diego Lopes end up getting the victory. Now, let us get to the co-main event. Alexa Grasso taking on Valentina Shevchenko, the Bullet. Now, I went with Valentina Shevchenko because I felt in all those fights, the very first fight, I felt Valentina Shevchenko was winning that fight. When you look at the second fight, a lot of people thought Valentina Shevchenko won that fight and it ended in a draw because they're going back and forth. Now, I felt that Valentina Shevchenko, she's had the more experience on the feet, and she's been in tougher fights because she's been a champion for a very long time. You look at that previous fight, each time she would go to half guard or mount, Alexa Grasso would explode and spridge, get up, and then get back to her feet. Now you saw Shevchenko, she stayed in guard. Now, why do you want to stay in guard instead of going to side control and mount? Because when I'm in guard, I can bridge, but you're still inside my guard. When you're in side control, I can bridge and give you my back. And you saw her, Shevchenko mount and then get her back. And then when she got her mount and get her back, that's when Alexa will get back to her feet. But each time Shevchenko stayed in her guard, it didn't give Alexa the opportunity to actually bridge and scramble and create some distance to get back to her feet. Now, Alexa did have some moments in the fight when she went for the guillotine, a triangle, and also an armbar. But just because you throw up an armbar or you throw up a triangle doesn't mean you're scoring points, right? Like, the hardest thing to do in jiu-jitsu is pass somebody's guard. So a lot of people bait the armbar, they bait the triangle, and then when they throw up the triangle or the armbar, they would use it to pass guard. And you saw that a lot with Shevchenko. She would pass Alexa Grasso's guard multiple times. I think she passed her guard every single round of the fight. Now, when Shevchenko would get to mount, and you saw the whole time Shevchenko was looking for that arm triangle. Why was she looking for the arm triangle? It's because when she's in half guard, she's laying across the body of Alexa Grasso, and she's also working that far side. And so when she's trying to get that arm triangle, Alexa, she's like this. If her arm triangle gets here, she has to bridge to give her space to go this way. When she bridges, it gives Shevchenko the pass, and that's why you saw Shevchenko move to not side control, half guard to full mount. And then what would Alexa do? Alexa would bridge, expose her back. Shevchenko would get her back, try looking the body triangle, and then that's when the scramble would ensue. But amazing work from Valentina Shevchenko is she showed her wisdom. She showed that her championship status, that she's been there before, and she knew that she can control Alexa on the ground, and that's why she kept going. And she also beat Alexa on the feet. So shout out to Shevchenko, the Bullet, because she put me at 2-2. Now, it all came down to the main event of the evening, Merab taking on Sugar Sean O'Malley. Now, like I said before, Sugar Sean O'Malley, he is a sniper. He does a good job. He typically can go forward, he can go backwards, and he can go lateral. Now, this is the first time we didn't see Sugar Sean O'Malley go forward because Merab was a better and more physical athlete in this fight. Merab can out-wrestle Sugar Sean O'Malley, and that's what Merab do. That's what he did. So this was the interesting thing about this fight. Sugar Sean O'Malley was being content with going to the body, throwing the two to the body. I'm not sure why they did that, especially since he has the range advantage and the height advantage. Typically, you're going to see somebody get lower and look to stalk the animal that is smaller and look to jab to force Merab to make a bad shot. But Tim and Sean went with cross of the body. So I had to pick Tim's brain on why he did that. Another thing that you heard in the corner between Sean and Tim was that you got to find him. You got to find him. And typically when you're trying to find somebody in a fight, you're not going to find them because you're searching for them. But if you basically burn all the bushes, you're going to have the person expose himself. To give you guys more of an analogy is that if I'm sitting here and I'm looking for you, I'm just looking for you. But if I'm like, okay, I got to go, I'm going to find you. Looking for you or finding is two different things. If I'm looking for you, hey, where are you? Who are you? I'm coming to find you. I'm checking in this bathroom. I'm checking in this door. And how does that translate into fighting? I'm going to bite down the mouthpiece. I'm going to get low, and I'm going to start striking with them. Yes, I am inviting the shot in. I'm inviting the shot in, but it's on my terms, not on Merab's terms. That makes sense. If I sit out here and I'm waiting, and Merab did an amazing job standing outside the void, bouncing up and down, throwing it inside, throwing the push kicks, throwing the high kick, gaining more real estate from Sugar Sean O'Malley. And then once he got closer and closer and they started exchanging, whoop, he'll go underneath them and get that takedown. Every single shot that Merab landed, and even once he landed at the end of the fight, were on Merab's term. They weren't on O'Malley's term. And how can you get the shot on your terms is by you're inviting the shot in. You're inviting it. It's like, hey, I'm here. Okay, 1, 2, 5. I'm not trying to hit you. I just want to make sure I'm on stance. I'm in position. That way, when I throw 1, 2, 5 and he shoots, boom, I hip thrust. I get the head down and I start to defend the shot. So it's a very interesting thing you have to do. But that was one thing that when Tim Welch says, you'll find him. You got to find him. You got to find him. Typically, Matt would say, like, if you're looking for your shot, you're not going to land the shot. You have to throw shots out there to let him see stuff, and then he will expose himself, get himself out of body position to land that shot. Now, let's look at what Merab did well. Now, Merab, I'll never forget when I trained with Hiro Cejudo, I said, who is a tougher fight, Merab or Aljo? And I said, dude, Merab's a tougher fight because he doesn't stop. Aljo doesn't stop either, but Merab truly doesn't stop. You saw it tonight. Merab did a good job of going lateral, and you see every beginning of each round, Merab would run around the outside of the void. He would always go circle around, go this way, shake his hands, move around, boom, boom, and you see O'Malley just watch him. And then once Merab locked his hands around his waist, his takedowns and the foot sweeps and off the cage are so damn quick. First takedown, boom, sweeps out the leg, gets him down, locks up, starts getting attached to him, and just fucking bodies him, just bees a big body on him. I'm kind of curious to see how strong Merab is. Another thing that Merab did very well is that each time he would get the takedown, he would always just pressure super hard on the upper body, look to pass guard, get the half guard. Once he got the half guard, you saw O'Malley kind of turtle a little bit, and Merab would just throw those punches. And then here's another thing. Each time O'Malley would take it down, you would see him crawl to the cage because O'Malley needs the cage to get up instead of being in the middle of Octagon, creating frames. And O'Malley did do a good job creating a frame and landing that elbow, which cut Merab again. But when you're outside in the middle of the Octagon, you can create frames and scoot. When I put my back against the cage, I basically taken that bullet. I mean, my back's against the cage. I can't shrimp. I can't create any frames to give me any distance between me and my opponent. And each time Merab would get to that point when he was pushed up against the cage with Sugar Sean O'Malley, he will keep on landing those knees to the thigh. And each of those knees to the thigh is like a straight game leg kick. That's a leg kick every single time, with no penalty, with no receipt. It's a free leg kick every single time. A lot of you guys who don't fight don't realize that. But if you do fight and you get hit in a knee over and over, if you get hit with a knee over and over in your thigh, it's like taking a leg kick. But amazing performance from Merab. I was very intrigued to see how he was going to execute this game plan because it's no secret. You have to get to Sugar Sean O'Malley. If you get to him, you can take him down and out wrestle him. And it's not easy to do, but Merab was able to do it for 5 rounds. I didn't agree with the scoring. I thought the scoring could have been 49-46 for Merab. I thought Merab won 4 rounds to 1. Maybe Sean got another round there, but I felt that it was 4-1. And shout out to Sugar Sean O'Malley, big fan of him too. I love both those guys. They're both great guys, and they're fan of. They've been on the show before. So now let's look forward to both of these guys. What do we have next for the new champion, Merab? Now this is the problem with the sport of mixed martial arts. Right after he wins the belt, they ask him, "What do you think about your next opponent, Umar Nurmagomedov?" And I think it's got to stop. I truly believe it's got to stop in mixed martial arts. The reason why is that you basically take away all the significance of the monumental moment that this gentleman has been working for his whole entire life, right? It's like if I have my firstborn child, it's like, are you ready for your second one? Are you ready for your third one? Are you ready for your fourth one? It's like, I just had my firstborn baby. Let me hold him. Let me get to know him as a person. They don't give the people enough time to relish as a champion. I have guests over here and they're like, damn, they're already asking about the next opponent. He just fought. And I'm like, guys, that's how the UFC works. That's how it is. It's like you win the championship and you're going to be fighting 3 to 4 months later. After I won a championship in September 2012, I fought in fucking January. You think about it, September, October, November, December, January. That's 4 fucking months later. I defended my belt. Then after that, I fought in July. Then I fought in December. So I think they need to get to a point where they need to relish. And this is nothing against Joe Rogan or anybody. I just feel they need to take a step back. Congratulations, Merab. You're an absolute warrior. Walk me through the fight. How'd you feel about it? Was there anything different from Sean O'Malley? Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Merab, the new champion. That's how it should be. Not, what do you think about Umar Nurmagomedov, who's next? But besides that point, another thing I wanted to point out, if you look at all Merab's fights, the Jose Aldo, the Peter Yan, Henry Cejudo, Sugar Sean O'Malley, all of Merab's fights in the UFC have all looked exactly the same. Merab has a style of fighting that he looks at what the person can do very well, and he takes him out of there by out wrestling them and just physically manhandling them. And that's what he did to all those guys. So, ladies and gentlemen, and obviously before we did this, if you guys watch my final predictions, I had a nice friendly wager with Belal Muhammad. Now, I won 3-2 because I went with Merab. So hopefully Belal Muhammad will put some respect on my analysis when I break down these fights. And I still believe that Leon Edwards is going to beat the bricks off him, but he proved me wrong, and Belal Muhammad became the champion by closing the void on him. So as always, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment down below what you thought about this breakdown and the event of UFC 306 Noches. And make sure you come back here on Monday for my void breakdown of Merab versus Sugar Sean O'Malley. We will see you beautiful people at the next video.